Hi guys, it's Breacher18 here, and we are here for another segment of Cafe Chat. I know, I'm really sorry, I've kind of cheated. We're not technically at a gaming cafe, but nevertheless, we are here where gaming takes place. I'm joined by Gary. Hi. You're right. Would you like to tell us about this game group?
Yes, it hasn't got a name. Well, that's not quite right. It's the Nottingham Board and Miniature Games Club yet to be named.
Right.
So if anybody ever wants to find it on Facebook, that's how you find it.
Okay.
Essentially, it started as me wanting to get a handful of people together and just play the odd game every now and again. And it kind of mushroomed from there. So now we've got, on average, about 20 people turning up. Sometimes it's been up as far as 40, which was just chaos. But now we're running weekly. It tends to stay around the kind of 20 player mark. And we play everything.
Okay, cool. And how can people get involved if they're in the Nottingham area?
If they're in the Nottingham area or even in the East Midlands, or they're just visiting Nottingham, say they're coming up for something else gaming related and they want to come to another destination, then we're here. We're here either a Tuesday or Wednesday every week.
And where's here, just for the people who don't know?
It's the Ned Ludd on Friar Lane.
Right.
It's dead easy to find. It's next to Forbidden Planet and across the road from Games Workshop.
Okay, I think that's pretty accurate. Okay.
And just down from the castle.
Right.
And up from the Market Square.
Okay, right. So that is where we are at the moment. The question we're going to be asking this week is, what is your favourite Amerithrash game and why?
Talisman is one, apparently. It's a game I like a lot. I know the genre is a lot of luck based, but with Talisman, I find you can control it. It's as the game goes on, you can really think about where you want to go, what sort of moves you want to plan ahead. You can get shafted at the beginning of the game, but that's just the way it happens. Sometimes you just got to roll your luck and keep going. Eventually, normally the game will sort of even out and it will get down to sort of skill.
So that's quite typical of an Amerithrash game. It's a lot of luck behind it, with a lot of theme.
Yeah.
So
probably I'd say Hero Quest. I don't play an awful lot of them these days, but Hero Quest was what got me into board games when I was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing was it was an MB game. It was advertised on TV. Kids could pick it up really quickly. It was just a fun game to play with your mates.
Space Hulk.
Space Hulk, okay. Yeah. So that's kind of like another sort of heavy miniatures-based board game, really.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So and they've done recent new editions of it.
They have. It never quite works on the original. The original from Honeywell it was simple, elegant. You could pick it up, play a game in an hour, and argue the merry hell out with each other, and still have a good laugh.
Yeah.
And that was part of the fun of it. It was enjoyable, it was engaging.
Okay, and you feel like that's been taken away in the newer editions?
I think it's more mechanics over kind of style, mechanics and style over anything else. It's look what we can do as a game designer, not look what I can do to make a really good game.
Yeah.
Which I think is a problem with it becomes more about the designer than it becomes about the games.
Yeah.
So at the moment, flavour of the month is definitely Ninja All Stars.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. Really, really simple mechanics, ridiculous amounts of lucky dice rolls, and the miniatures are just beautiful. Okay. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm more of a strategic board games player, but a realisation that I'm a big fan of Small Worlds, of all its different versions. It's a game that constantly has a random element to it, so it's a nice simple game to start with at the beginning of the night when you've got friends coming around for a board game.
Yeah, I actually really, really like Small World. Don't want to go into the fact that I absolutely got my butt kicked by a certain Mr. Healy. We won't talk about that because that'll just make his ego even bigger, but I do like it.
I have to say a joint piece between King of New York and King of Tokyo.
Right, yeah, excellent games. It's family favourites for my family in particular.
At the end of the day, they're basically both just glorified Yahtzee, which speaks volumes of the random element.
Yeah.
The theming is really nice. I've always been a fan of like the Japanese giant monster films and things like that.
I think I have to go for King of Tokyo, King of New York.
Yeah?
Just because big monsters.
Big monsters.
Big city.
So there we have it, another segment of Cafe Chat. The thing I found so interesting this week is that a lot of people, when I actually asked them the question, some of the answers were that they just didn't like Amerithrash games until we actually started to break it down as to what actually makes an Amerithrash game. They didn't realise, so they started going, actually, yeah, I like this game which fits into that category. So I found that really interesting. So believe it or not, although although this is a term used quite heavily, there are board gamers out there that, you know, don't come across these terms, and it's quite nice to actually break it down for them as to what kind of games fit into that category and how you would describe those games. So we got some really interesting answers from that. A lot of older style games from GW and MB Milton Bradley games, going all the way up to more modern games such as King of Tokyo, which is really popular. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, also, what is your favourite Amerithrash game and why? Leave them in the comments below. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your lunch.